Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Comparative and superlative of well, wiser or more advantageous and hence advisable. It would be better to speak to him. From a position of superiority or authority. I know better. Surpass in excellence. She bettered her own record. Get better. Someone who bets. To make better. A superior person having claim to precedence. The common man has been kept in his place by his betters. Comparative of good, changed for the better in health or fitness. Her health is better now. Comparative of good, superior to another, of the same class or set or kind, in excellence or quality or desirability or suitability, more highly skilled than another. You're a better man than I am, Gunja Din. More than half. Argued for the better part of an hour. Something superior in quality or condition or effect. A change for the better. The superior one of two alternatives. Chose the better of the two. Canadian physiologist, born in the United States, who assisted F.G. Banting in research leading to the discovery of insulin, 1899 to 1978. Comparative and superlative of well, wiser or more advantageous and hence advisable. The White House thought it best not to respond. From a position of superiority or authority. Father knows best. The person who is most outstanding or excellent, someone who tops all others. He could beat the best of them. Get the better of. The goal was to best the competition. Superlative of good, having the most positive qualities. The best film of the year. The supreme effort one can make. They did their best. Tennis. A score consisting of winning a game when your opponent was serving. He was up 2 breaks in the second set. Breaking of hard tissue such as bone. The break seems to have been caused by a fall. Enter someone's virtual or real property in an unauthorized manner, usually with the intent to steal or commit a violent act. Be released or become known, of news. Fail to agree with. Be in violation of, as of rules or patterns. An act of delaying or interrupting the continuity. It was presented without commercial breaks. Lessen in force or effect. Break a fall. An escape from jail. The breakout was carefully planned. Interrupt a continued activity. Force out or release suddenly and often violently something pent up. Break into tears. Any frame in which a bowler fails to make a strike or spare. The break in the 8th frame cost him the match. Go to pieces. Ruin completely. Act in disregard of laws, rules, contracts, or promises. Break a law. Become fractured. Break or crack on the surface only. Do a break dance. Kids were break dancing at the street corner. Prevent completion. Break off the negotiations. Become separated into pieces or fragments. Make known to the public information that was previously known only to a few people or that was meant to be kept a secret. Terminate. Break a lucky streak. Surpass in excellence. Break a record. Discontinue an association or relation. Go different ways. The act of breaking something. The breakage was unavoidable. Happen. Break down, literally or metaphorically. A pause from doing something, as work. We took a 10-minute break. Stop operating or functioning. Fracture a bone of. Reduce to bankruptcy. My daughter's fancy wedding is going to break me. Assign to a lower position. Reduce in rank. Geology. A crack in the Earth's crust resulting from the displacement of one side with respect to the other. Break a piece from a whole. Break a branch from a tree. Make submissive, obedient, or useful. The horse was tough to break. A time interval during which there is a temporary cessation of something. Move away or escape suddenly. Nobody can break out. This prison is high security. A personal or social separation, as between opposing factions. They hoped to avoid a break in relations. Some abrupt occurrence that interrupts an ongoing activity. There was a break in the action when a player was hurt. Destroy the completeness of a set of related items. The book dealer would not break the set. Cease an action temporarily. Let's break for lunch. An unexpected piece of good luck. He finally got his big break. An abrupt change in the tone or register of the voice, as at puberty or due to emotion. Then there was a break in her voice. A sudden dash. He made a break for the open door. Be broken in. If the new teacher won't break, we'll add some stress. Become punctured or penetrated. Cause the failure or ruin of. This play will either make or break the playwright. Cause to give up a habit. Change direction suddenly. Change suddenly from one tone quality or register to another. Come forth or begin from a state of latency. Come into being. Come to an end. Crack. Of the male voice in puberty. His voice is breaking, he should no longer sing in the choir. Curl over and fall apart in surf or foam, of waves. Destroy the integrity of, usually by force, cause to separate into pieces or fragments. Diminish or discontinue abruptly. Emerge from the surface of a body of water. Exchange for smaller units of money. I had to break a $100 bill just to buy the candy. Fall sharply. Find a flaw in. Break an alibi. Find the solution or key to. Break the code. Give up. Break cigarette smoking. Happen or take place. Things have been breaking pretty well for us in the past few months. Interrupt the flow of current in. Break a circuit. Invalidate by judicial action. Make a rupture in the ranks of the enemy or one's own by quitting or fleeing. Make the opening shot that scatters the balls. pierce or penetrate, render inoperable or ineffective, scatter or part, separate from a clinch, in boxing, the occurrence of breaking. The break in the dam threatened the valley. The opening shot that scatters the balls in billiards or pool. Undergo breaking. Vary or interrupt a uniformity or continuity. Weaken or destroy in spirit or body. Get better. To make better. Get better. The weather improved toward evening. To make better. The editor improved the manuscript with his changes. Get better. To make better. Someone who bets. Someone who bets. Football. A person who kicks the football by dropping it from the hands and contacting it with the foot before it hits the ground. Someone who propels a boat with a pole. Someone who bets. Set straight or right. To make better. Make amendments to. Amend the document. Worthy of being recommended or suggested, prudent or wise. Such action is neither necessary nor advisable. Improved in health or physical condition. Someone who fits a garment to a particular person. Improved in health or physical condition. Become or made better in quality. Was proud of his improved grades. Made more desirable or valuable or profitable, especially made ready for use or marketing. New houses are springing up on an improved tract of land near the river. Of land, made ready for development or agriculture by clearing of trees and brush. Improved farmlands. Comparative of, fine, greater in quality or excellence. A finer wine. Modified for the better. His amended ways. Of legislation. British statesman who was Prime Minister from 1990 until 1997, born in 1943. A commissioned military officer in the United States Army or Air Force or Marines, below lieutenant colonel and above captain. A university student who is studying a particular field as the principal subject. She is a linguistics major. Greater in number or size or amount. A major portion, a majority, of the population. Have as one's principal field of study. She is majoring in linguistics. Of a scale or mode, having half steps between the 3rd and 4th degrees and the 7th and 8th degrees. Major scales. Of full legal age. Of greater importance or stature or rank. A major artist. Of the elder of two boys with the same family name. Jones major. The principal field of study of a student at a university. Her major is linguistics. Greater in scope or effect. A major contribution. Of the field of academic study in which one concentrates or specializes. His major field was mathematics. Of greater seriousness or danger. A major earthquake. Move past. One line of soldiers surpassed the other. Be greater in scope or size than some standard. Distinguish oneself. Be or do something to a greater degree. Her performance surpasses that of any other student I know. Be greater in scope or size than some standard. Their loyalty exceeds their national bonds. Be superior or better than some standard. She exceeded our expectations. Be or do something to a greater degree. This exceeds all my expectations. Be or do something to a greater degree. She outdoes all other athletes. Get the better of. Money paid out, an amount spent. Be or do something to a greater degree. Be or do something to a greater degree. Be or do something to a greater degree. This car outperforms all others in its class. Go far ahead of. Be or do something to a greater degree. Get on top of. Deal with successfully. Reach the highest point of. Be or do something to a greater degree. Be on top of. The scarf surmounted the gown. Undergo a transformation or a change of position or action. To break and turn over earth, especially with a plow. Turn the earth in the spring. Twist suddenly so as to sprain. I turned my ankle and couldn't walk for several days. Pass into a condition gradually, take on a specific property or attribute, become. The weather turned nasty. Cause to move around a center so as to show another side of. Turn a page of a book. Undergo a change or development. The water turned into ice. Let something fall or spill from a container. Turn the flour onto a plate. Cause a plastic object, to assume a crooked or angular form. The strong man could turn an iron bar. Undergo a transformation or a change of position or action. We turned from socialism to capitalism. Pass to the other side of. Turn the corner. Have recourse to or make an appeal or request for help or information to. She turned to her relatives for help. Turning or twisting around, in place. A favor for someone. He did me a good turn. Change to the contrary. The tides turned against him. Game. The activity of doing something in an agreed succession. It is my turn. A short performance that is part of a longer program. A circular segment of a curve. Sports. A division during which one team is on the offensive. A time period for working, after which you will be relieved by someone else. A movement in a new direction. The turning of the wind. An unforeseen development. Events suddenly took an awkward turn. The act of changing or reversing the direction of the course. He took a turn to the right. Go sour or spoil. The cream has turned, we have to throw it out. Accomplish by rotating. Turn a somersault. Alter the functioning or setting of. Turn the dial to 10. Become officially 1 year older. She is turning 50 this year. Cause to change or turn into something different. assume new characteristics. The princess turned the frog into a prince by kissing him. Cause to move along an axis or into a new direction. Turn your face to the wall. Cause to move around or rotate. Turn a key. Change color. In Vermont, the leaves turn early. Change orientation or direction, also in the abstract sense. The mugger turned and fled before I could see his face. Channel one's attention, interest, thought, or attention toward or away from something. The pedophile turned to boys for satisfaction. Direct at someone. She turned a smile on me. Get by buying and selling. The company turned a good profit after a year. Move around an axis or a center. The wheels are turning. Shape by rotating on a lathe or cutting device or a wheel. Turn the legs of the table. Taking a short walk out and back. We took a turn in the park. The act of turning away or in the opposite direction. He made an abrupt turn away from her. To send or let go. They turned away the crowd at the gate of the governor's mansion. Someone who risks loss or injury in the hope of gain or excitement. A person who wagers money on the outcome of games or sporting events. Insert words into texts, often falsifying it thereby. Cause to change, make different, cause a transformation. The advent of the automobile may have altered the growth pattern of the city. Become different in some particular way, without permanently losing one's or its former characteristics or essence. Remove the ovaries of. Make an alteration to. This dress needs to be altered. Lay aside, abandon, or leave for another. The car changed lanes. Cause to change, make different, cause a transformation. The discussion has changed my thinking about the issue. Exchange or replace with another, usually of the same kind or category. He changed his name. An event that occurs when something passes from one state or phase to another. The change was intended to increase sales. Become different in some particular way, without permanently losing one's or its former characteristics or essence. Her mood changes in accordance with the weather. Give to, and receive from, one another. Would you change places with me? Become deeper in tone. His voice began to change when he was 12 years old. Change from one vehicle or transportation line to another. She changed in Chicago on her way to the East Coast. A difference that is usually pleasant. It is a refreshing change to meet a woman mechanic. A different or fresh set of clothes. She brought a change in her overnight bag. A relational difference between states, especially between states before and after some event. He attributed the change to their marriage. A thing that is different. He inspected several changes before selecting one. Change clothes. Put on different clothes. Coins of small denomination regarded collectively. He had a pocketful of change. Money received in return for its equivalent in a larger denomination or a different currency. He got change for a 20 and used it to pay the taxi driver. Remove or replace the coverings of. Father had to learn how to change the baby. The action of changing something. The change of government had no impact on the economy. The balance of money received when the amount you tender is greater than the amount due. I paid with a 20 and pocketed the change. The result of alteration or modification. There were marked changes in the lining of the lungs. Undergo a change. Become different in essence, losing one's or its original nature. She changed completely as she grew older. Cause to change. Make different, cause a transformation. Add a modifier to a constituent. Make less severe or harsh or extreme. Please modify this letter to make it more polite.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.